We're on. Hey, everybody! It's Friday night. I'm Jim.
I'm Steve, and we're slightly late.
Mike's back there too. Yeah, there we go. The mastermind. Hey, you'll never guess where we're broadcasting from live today. Well, maybe you will, right? Because there's only, the 10 provinces that we said we would cover in Canada. We're in number 10 right now, which means we're in Newfoundland. Two hips, one hooray. What a week. What a week. And we're going to tell you a little bit about that right now. But first, we have an update on stats. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry to throw you off.
Our official statistics to this point, and we have another 21 kilometers to go, which we'll do tomorrow. But to this point, it is 7,811 kilometers. Oh, and 0.5.
0.5. That was a very important 0.5.
And just as excitingly, tomorrow we'll be crossing for cumulative elevation. We will be crossing 50,000.
50,000. Wow, that's a lot.
Meters.
50,000 meters. You know, in order to get, we were figuring out this last little bit. In order to get to cycle those last 21 kilometers, we actually had to drive over 1,000 kilometers and then take another 158 kilometers by ferry. So adding them all up, we're almost at 1,200 kilometers of travel distance so that we could cycle 21 kilometers.
So for those who think of cycling as ecologically sound,
not the way we do it.
Not the way we do it. Absolutely not. So hey, we are going to talk about the ferry episodes, saga. But
what have we done this last week?
What have we done this past week? You know what? We actually cycled around Truro, Nova Scotia for a little while. Went to the Home Hardware, went to Halifax, participated in something extremely cool. So Mike, Steve, and I got to participate in the annual Halifax Mayor's Bike Parade. 10K around the city of Halifax with a police escort. This time, the good kind of police escort. And Mike was...
Tell the other story.
Mike was actually at the front of the mayor's bike parade, and we actually think that the mayor of Halifax's first name is Mike. So people kept on shouting out, "Hey, there goes Mike! Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, Mike, how's it going?" And of course, they were really talking to our Mike. So that was pretty cool.
I waved regardless.
That's right. He waved regardless. It was nice that the mayor of Halifax actually did introduce the three of us, and Darlene as well, while we were in Halifax, and recognized our I don't know what it is that you would call what it is we've done, but he recognized that. So that was pretty cool.
In fact, he gave quite a nice little talk about it, and identified us, and frankly set us up so that when we were cycling, every single person knew who we were, and everybody wanted to start a conversation with us.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that really was pretty cool.
And frankly, wound up having a couple of really fascinating conversations.
Just like we do almost every single day. Anyway, from Halifax.
Oh, sorry. Just want to mention Susan Fullerton.
Oh, that's right. We saw Susan Fullerton in Halifax, and her friends
who came out in Victoria.
In Victoria, that's right. Her friends came out in Victoria. They were there in Halifax, almost bookending our journey. Excuse me here. And that was pretty cool. Anyway, the next morning we woke up. We picked up Lloyd Taylor from Toronto, who is with us right now, although he's probably a little bit shy. He probably isn't going to come out to this because he wants to keep the focus on us, and we respect that. But Lloyd's been cycling with us for a while and has been doing more cycling than he's ever done in a week. So we really appreciate it. 4 days in a row of at least 50K. and finished off with a
75, but we've recalculated.
Yeah.
We think it might have been 90.
And we think it might be 90.
Yeah.
Well, then we're going to have to add that to our grand total.
It's already there.
Already there. Okay. Anyway, from Halifax, we went to Prince Edward Island, and what happened there?
Well, among the things we got to see our great friend Dan Steele, who actually rode down the path to find us and
Yes.
led us to frankly one of the most impressive events that I've encountered on this trip.
Agreed.
It was a collection of people with Parkinson's and their support, and there were easily 60 people
Easily.
in this community, and everybody. I mean, there wasn't anybody left sitting in a corner there.
Oh.
The fact that all of there could have been, people were coming and going. I think it could have been up to 80.
Yeah. Over the course of a few hours they were there.
They were having fun. There was music. There was food, and there were just a sheer number of people in this community that was together. I came away with the view that PEI is the model that frankly we should be shooting for.
Yeah. The amount of support that was there. Excuse me. We're in Brackley Commons, just outside of Charlottetown, and they're thinking that, excuse me, that we're doing something for them, but they're doing something for everybody. And wow, what a show of community! Sorry, I think I swallowed a bug. Also,
you're supposed to eat a toad now.
Okay. And this is live, so we can't get past this.
Mike, could you edit this?
I can edit it later.
All right. Over the course of us getting there, we ran into two groups of people on the Confederation Trail. Both of them had close connections to Parkinson's, and we actually stopped and we chatted for a few minutes, and that was just people being friendly in Prince Edward Island, saying, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Tell us a little bit about who you are, and we'll tell you a little bit about our stories as well." And you know what? For that to continually happen across the country. Oh.
So on that point, yeah. Lloyd and I were riding together at that moment. We stopped and,
yep.
and talked to a gentleman, and it was within a matter of seconds that our conversation became very personal, and there were tears, and
yeah.
and Lloyd came away with this. He says that's one of the most powerful conversations I've witnessed.
Yeah.
And I'm mindful of the thought that happens almost every day.
It really does. And we've gotten used to it, right? Because we've had those conversations across the country, but someone new comes in and sees it and is like, wow, that was so personal, so intense. And it's like, well, that's what we do. Yeah, it really was. And so, yeah, it's nice to be able to share that with the people we're having conversations with, and somebody else who gets to be part of it. So we really appreciated that. Our time on Prince Edward Island was very short. We actually stayed with a friend of Steve's on Prince Edward Island.
Thank you, Warren.
Thank you, Warren. Yeah.
What a great respite that was.
Absolutely. And then we headed back to Nova Scotia, where we started in a place called Tatamagouche. And how could we not start in a place called Tatamagouche?
Funnest name to say so far.
Exactly. Where someone came up to us in the parking lot again, gave a donation, and asked us if we like craft beer. And the answer to that is always yes. Yes, we do. She had a connection to the local local craft brewery there, which we'll put on. but the Tatamagouche Brewery was phenomenal. They treated Mike and Darlene very well. They gave us a donation of their finest selections, which we enjoyed that night when we got to Pictou, and that was awesome. From Pictou, we went to Antigonish, and but then we found out, from the on the way in that area, we got a phone call because emails arrived from Marine Atlantic saying, "Hey, your ferry's canceled." And we, wow, that started a 48-hour
Tailspin.
Oh my goodness, we did not know what to do. Eventually, we game planned and we had a couple of scenarios figured out, but and they worked because we're in Newfoundland, and but we have we just want to thank everybody who sent their good thoughts, sent their emails, made contacts to airlines saying, "Hey, can you donate to these people?" That
And prayers.
mhm,
More than a few prayers.
more than a few prayers, and we sincerely appreciated them all. We had a few people who really went above and beyond, that we'd like to thank. From New Brunswick, Harry Forstall, CBC, spread the news for us. Larry Gifford from Vancouver, host of the When Life Gives You Parkinson's podcast, and one of the founders of the PD Avengers, put the word out for us. And my wife, Krista Simonet, who would not stop phoning Marine Atlantic until she got us spots on the ferry. So we're not sure what combination actually worked, but we'd like to thank all of you, because without that, we wouldn't be here right now. And yeah, we we were going to take the long ferry, get to within 100 kilometers of St. John's. We ended up getting a spot on the short ferry, having to drive 900 kilometers. Tomorrow is the last day. We still have another 400 kilometers to drive before we get on our bikes.
But the scenery that we've seen has been so striking. The rugged beauty of Newfoundland has been jaw dropping.
It really has been.
And I mean, I guess that's the hidden advantage of taking the long way. We just wouldn't have seen this.
No, yeah.
We did a bit of hiking, we did a bit of biking in along the way.
Yeah. And yeah, no, it's been phenomenal. And so tonight is Friday night. Less than 24 hours from now, we'll be finished the Spinning Wheels tour. June 25th, we started in Victoria. September 17th, we'll finish in Concession Bay, just outside of St. John's.
So it goes without saying that this is bittersweet.
No,
I mean, it'd be nice to make plans to go home, reacquaint ourselves with our family. It's been almost 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have a sojourn in PEI after this, but this has become our lives for now.
Yeah, right.
But it for me, and I suspect for you as well, it's been more than expected. It's been so gratifying and hard and rewarding and tiring.
It has been, right? It's been everything we thought it would be and more. All right. It really has been. And I don't know whether we're completely able to put it in words right now, or if we'll ever be able to really do that, but we're going to try, right? So we will, you know what, tomorrow's going to be such an emotional day, I think. We do have the party planned. We're definitely going to celebrate what we've been able to do. not just cycling across the country. Oh, yeah. Not just cycling across the country, but meeting all the people we have in the community, raising over $100,000. By the way, it's still not too late to donate. Go to spinningwheelstour.ca, look for the donut button.
Speaking of questions,
Yeah.
are there any?
You're on Newfoundland time.
Yes, we're on Newfoundland time. So right now it's 8:30, 8:53 Newfoundland time. It's past our bedtimes for sure, but it's really, it should be 7:23 in Eastern time, and then 4:23 on the West Coast. So yeah.
Why are your hands dirty, Jim?
Well, I was just spending the last couple of hours giving the bikes a go over to make sure that they were ready for tomorrow. I still probably have about 25 more minutes, and then supper time. So we'll get that. That's just we help each other out, and that's what we're doing. So speaking of helping each other out, Athletes Care. Thank you very much to Athletes Care one more time. Right, without that support.
Is this our last?
You know what? I think this is our last. I think this is our last YouTube live. I think we'll have presentations and stuff when we get back. But I think this is our last.
How many? What's our number?
5.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now we're talking. All right. This is and for the hundreds of thousands that are going to watch tomorrow. Again, watch the Facebook page. We'll be posting stuff as we go along.
Enter the contest. It's not too late.
Oh, that's right. Enter the contest about. And you know what? There's $150 of Mary Brown's gift cards.
2 points is the most anybody's got on an answer yet.
All you need to do is get over 2 points.
I'll give you a clue. There's one from every province.
That's right, but not Newfoundland.
Uh-oh, that's too much of a clue.
So, enter that. You know what? So far, it's wide open. Anyway, yeah. So tomorrow we've got one more ride to do. All right, one more ride, and I'm so looking forward to it.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
Those 5 people getting on a plane tonight
and getting to St. John's. You know what? If you were one of those 5 and you come up, I will make sure that you get a free drink and something to eat. No problem.
I'm on my way.
At the party. We look forward to seeing you all. Again, Facebook page, Instagram. We're going to be posting things as the party goes along. We're planning on leaving Harbourview Park at 2:00 Newfoundland time. It'll take a little over an hour for us to bike. We're going to dip our front tires to the Rotary Topsail Park in Conception Bay South. Sometime around 3:30 Newfoundland time, around 2:00 Eastern time. We'll try to make sure that gets broadcast live on Facebook, and then change of clothes. We start a celebration about 5:00, and
I bet you there's going to be a cod somewhere in there.
That's right. We'll be screeched in and kissing cods all night long, and I'm looking forward to. So, I would just like to thank. Yeah, right. Tomorrow's going to be awful. I'm not going to be able to do it without crying. I'd like to thank Mike and Darlene and Steve for being part of this epic journey. I'd like to thank Krista and Tessa for being here. Krista for her support all the way across, making sure we got on this ferry. Tessa for coming out with us. Lloyd, how awesome is it that you're here? We really appreciate that.
Mike Snetzinger.
Absolutely. We're going to miss you tomorrow, but without you, we wouldn't have gotten here, and we're never going to forget that. So yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Back at you, buddy.
See you tomorrow.
And we're out of here.